It's the boogeyman, baby. Yeah.
Oh, baby, you know it's our time of year.
It's that time of year, baby.
I planted the seeds and now you're here.
Now you're here, baby.
Look at your backside around and right.
So
I can't wait to carve you up on Halloween night.
damn.
All your shapes and sizes, my knife goes deep, babe, you're full of surprises.
Pump, pump, pump. Let me see you pump, pump, pump. I wanna feel you pump, pump, pumpkin.
Yeah, I wanna see them pumpkins, baby.
I just wanna make a pie. I got the cream and a little bit of spice. Love being tangled in your vines, spooning real smooth as I got your insides.
Pumpkin, pumpkin,
Let me see them
let me see you pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin. I wanna feel you pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin.
Yeah, I wanna see them pumpkins, baby.
You are now about to witness the strength of sleep knowledge. You are now about to witness the strength of sleep knowledge. of Springwood, crispy kid killer named Fred Crew. From the gang called Killers with Attitudes. When you doze off, I gotta show off. Dreaming deeper and the kitty's getting killed off. Nancy, though, doesn't mess with me. If you sleep, I'm gonna murder you in your dreams. Cut your ass, that's how you're bleeding out. For the teen dream warriors that's crashing out. Never start the slumber, I got the number. Slice them and dice them in the gut like Rambo. Going off on a Elm Street like that. With a glove that's pointed at your ass. So go ahead, snooze. Ain't no stopping when I'm down for a slash move. Here's a murder rap to keep you sleeping. I burp, straight dream demon. Shiny razor glove is the tool. Damn right I killed the kids by the pool. Me and you can go toe to toe, tread lightly. I'm scaring kitties out the bed nightly. You're weekly, monthly, or yearly. So these dumb little piggies still fear me. That I'm down with a capital MST. But you can't run from me. So when I'm in your neighborhood, you better duck. Cause Fred Crew is scary as stay awake, believe me I'm good. Cause when I come back, boy, I'm coming straight out of Springwood. Springwood. Yo, mama's boy, you're up next. Tell them where you're from.
Straight out the campsite, another crazy mass killer. More things I choke, yo, my rep gets bigger. I'm a bad mother lover and you know this. But the lazy camp counselors didn't notice. So I'ma chop them all up, I'm taking my stabs. Hot with the weapons, attacking the kids just like murdering. The definition is slashing. And when I rip up her arm, it's called snatching. Stab another camper in a minute. I find a yellow sleeping bag and throw you in it. If I'm down below when you can't roll, I'ma kill you, Alice, on that dirty ass boat. You probably great, I'm scared like a post to. See, box blowing high, I'll expose you to an 80s mother lover from the lake. Abused as a kid, now I'm tearing up. Dr. J slashes are always graphic. I'm just a dumb mother lover that wreaks havoc. In the wrong hands, I gotta cut up myself at one time. I put an ass off the show. I'm eternally slashing them, and that's a fact. Jason with a mask. See, cause I'm the mother loving villain. The definition is clear. You're the witness of a killing. At Camp Crystal Lake without a clue. You mess with my mama, your ass is through. How you hear me coming right? Cause a killer like Jay is never gonna die. Straight out the campsite.
Penny is his name and the clown's coming.
Straight out of dairy. In the sewer, I'll pursue you, then chew ya. I'll make your brother think I love him. Carnivorous children love a raising hell. When the flame's hot, my legs smell. See you right out of luck, huh? That's the problem. I see you running yellow, stop it, done got him. Cause I'm smart, laid low, police scour. And when I see a kid pass, I devour. To me, they taste yummy. All the news showing children die, but don't know where the hell they go and sailboating. Looking for the one they call Georgie. But newsflash, yeah, he was tasty, shapeshift. Never seen like a shadow in the dark, but when I make them float, they'll never get over the devastation. Still hear the screams of the ones I killed last generation. Kill a little bunch of kids and I'm flexing. I'll leave a memory no one will be forgetting. So what about the kids that just got don't bother? You think I give a damn about a bill? I ain't his brother. This is the autobiography of the P. And if you have a fear of me, you'll get taken by a scary old clown who will murder. Kids find you scary, straight out of dairy.
Can you hear me? Killing like the captain boy Jason. You better kill for mommy.
Chop up the camp, chop them up while they sleep. I'm stalking at the camp. I'm chopping, kill them dead. My mom is talking. Chop them up, a lot of gore. Got my body soaked on the lake floor. See, cause that's why I must attack, and you'll find out with my old axe.
I ain't hot. Camp Crystal Lake, decapitated on the shore tonight. Make them pay. I ain't want their faces say, kill for mommy, you were broke me right. Make them pay. Make them pay. Make them pay. Make them pay. Make them pay.
Yo, chop up the camp, chop them up. Try and flee, I'm stopping. Off the campus dropping. Left me dead when they weren't watching. Chop them up a little more. Got your body floating on the lake shore. See, cause that's where I must attack, and your lights out from a few hacks.
I ain't hot. Camp Crystal Lake, decapitated on the shore tonight. Make them pay. I ain't want their faces say, kill for mommy, you broke me right. Make them pay. 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 Make them pay.
Yo, chop up the camp, chop it up, yo, chop it.
Chop up the camp, chop it up, yo, chop it.
Chop up the camp, chop it up, yo, chop it. Chop up the camp, chop it, chop it, chop it, chop it, chop it.
Shiny blades, shiny blades. I showed up killing cause you was in your room. I showed up killing cause you chose to snooze. Look at that flicker of the wrist. Look at that flicker of the wrist. Look at that flicker of the wrist. Look at the flicker of the wrist. Look at that flicker of the wrist. Look at that flicker of the wrist. Look at that flicker of the wrist. Look at the flicker of the wrist. I showed up killing cause you was in your room. I showed up killing cause you chose to snooze. Some kids in their sleep try to run from me. Some parents on Elm Street burning me. Kill a kid with these fingers, take them down. I'm my own maniac cause my daddy gone. Murder spree, that's all I see. Look at the flick of the wrist, got him on me. I'm a soul stealer, I'm a soul stealer. Gonna warn you now, don't fall asleep, kill ya. Never quit, mister, kill your mister. You better duck, fool, or you'll get split quicker. Shiny blades, shiny blades, shiny blades. I showed up killing cause you was in your room. I showed up killing cause you chose to snooze. Look at that flicker of the wrist. Look at that flicker of the wrist. Look at that flicker of the wrist. Look at the flicker of the wrist. Look at that flicker of the wrist. Look at that flicker of the wrist. Look at that flicker of the wrist. Look at the flicker of the wrist.
wondering if you guys actually enjoy treating your customers like a piece of shit, because that's how I felt when I went to the Alamo Draft House. Okay? You know what? I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to text in your little crappy-ass theater. It was too f***ing dark in that place for me to find my seat, alright? I was using my phone as a flashlight to get to my f***ing seat. So excuse me for using my phone in USA, the United States of America, where you are free to text in a theater. I was not aware that I couldn't text in your theater, all right? I've texted in all the other theaters in Austin, and no one ever gave a fuck about what I was doing on my fucking phone, all right? And it was on silent. It wasn't on loud. It wasn't bothering anybody. You guys, obviously, were being assholes to me, and I'm sure that's what you do, you know, to rip people off. You take my money, and then you throw me out. You know, I will never be coming back to your Alamo Draft House or whatever. I'd rather go to a regular theater where people are actually polite. And, you know, I'm going to tell everyone about how you are. And I'm pretty sure you guys are being on purpose. So thanks for making me feel like a customer. Thanks for taking my money.
We have to keep moving. Stay alert.
Something takes a part of me. Something lost and never seen.
Where's that coming from?
You're one ugly motherfucker.
It's chocolate. You should be very proud, Detective.
Shut up.
You've made a delicious life for yourself.
Said shut the fudge up.
Why? You don't come near here. You stay away from here.
Here he comes.
What?
Are you listening, David? I was saying how much I admire you. And your ice creams.
You have incredible taste in fine ice creams.
What the fudge did you just say?
6 delicious flavors. They're so lovely. And once they're gone, David, they're gone.
David, step away from the prisoner. Step away, David. Step away.
What's in the box?
I'm not gonna tell you until
What's in the box? What's in the box?
We each have our weaknesses. It appears that gluttony is my sin of choice. And you add the mystery. I couldn't resist.
What's in the malted fudging box?
It's empty, David. It's empty.
No! It was full. 6 delicious flavors. Only available this month.
I know. It was delivered to your home. It was delectable.
Do you think anybody's gonna get, like, offended by this?
Just tall white Karens.
Monotony. It comes in all shapes and sizes. Dull, tedious, just plain boring. But what is this? A contender, perhaps? Something unboring by the looks of it. Jabs right at dull, an uppercut to tedium, something that keeps you on your toes, keeps your head on a swivel. A knockout punch to your old, boring workouts. Welcome to Fight Camp.
The Greening the Gateway Cities program provides trees that are planted by DCR foresters and crews hired from local communities. When you sign up as a potential tree recipient, a forester will visit your home or business to determine the best location and species of tree for maximum energy efficiency. Easy care instructions are provided and it's all free. Find out if you are in the zone and learn more at maurbancanopy.org.
Shaolin shadow boxing and the Wu-Tang sword style. If what you say is true, the Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous. Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can defeat me?
On guard. I'll let you try my Wu-Tang style.
Same with you. Same with you.
Oscar Mike Radio is a proud podcast partner of Reats Across America Radio, heard every Thursday at 11 a.m. and Sunday at 8 a.m. Eastern. They're also big supporters of the nonprofit I Got Your Six, Two Lives at Once. And with every wreath you sponsor through Oscar Mike Radio, $5 goes back to this great organization dedicated to making a difference in the lives of veterans, law enforcement, firefighters, and first responders battling PTSD. Two Lives at Once pairs these brave men and women together with dogs rescued from kill shelters. In this way, two lives are saved at the same time by saving each other. Donate now. Go to reatsacrossamerica.org/Oscar Mike Radio to help. That's reatsacrossamerica.org/Oscar Mike Radio.
This campaign is about a new vision where our streets are safe, our schools are succeeding, and our local economy is growing. I stand here not as a candidate for mayor, but as a lifelong member of this great city. There will no longer be the city side and the school side. There will only be the Brockton side. Let's roll up our sleeves and get to work.
As Councilor at Large, Jean Bradley has consistently fought for all of Brockton's residents by advocating for quality education, community policing, better senior services, empowering young people, helping small businesses, and by being a voice for our most vulnerable. As mayor, Jean Bradley will continue fighting tirelessly for every single Brockton resident. On September 16th, we're asking you to make the choice for a better, safer, and stronger city. Vote for Jean Bradley Davenport, Mayor of Brockton.
I'm Jean Bradley Davenport, and I approve this message.
Grew up and graduated from Brockton High, built my career here, and today I'm a proud homeowner and now Vice President of Northeastern Savings Bank, serving the community that helped raise me. Access, opportunity, and results. That's what I stand for, and that's what works, and that's what I'll bring to the City Council here in Brockton.
You are watching Hoopazoo.com. Coming up next, The Booth with Sinister One. Send more Fox.
It's caught in the crossfire.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Yeah.
Can you dig it?
You like some motherfucking action heroes in it. Yeah.
This is destiny. This is madness. This is the Booth.
Step into the twisted mind of my literature, designed to get into the depths of your mind. Administer sickness around to mimic the lights of snuff cinema. What you must get into, you're nothing but pops. Remember you Homer and Happy Simpson, son. Nothing Ithaca. Talkers like the northern half of Korea's peninsula. ESP your island like the Booth, something sinister. ESP your island like the Booth, something sinister. ESP your island like the Booth, something sinister.
All right, it's your boy Citizen One broadcasting live from the City of Champions. You are watching The Booth. It is October 28th. The year is flying along as we know it. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about. I got my first guest waiting in the wings. So let me just thank everybody for the show last week. Ellie Teixeira was on last week. Tonight I'm going to be joined by Gary Keith, as you can see up in the upper left-hand corner, and Stephen Pina. is coming on. But let me get into my sponsors real quick. Michael Douglas Barreto, MDB Electronics. Veana Marie, her music, It's Personal, is available everywhere. 494,000 streams. Let's push those up to over 5,000. Tactical Target Systems. Also, ilovebostonsports.com. Then Kimberly Ann Empowerment Photography. Ladies, if you want to take some pictures you never thought you would take, that's who you go to. Underwatch Protective Services, Mole Patrol, Foot Patrol, Armed Guards, Unarmed Guards, Event Security, and Private Security. Reach out to Underwatch Protective Services, Black-owned business, Darrell Smith. Call Larry for handyman services. And then before we get into the news booth, as you guys can see, I'm hunkered down here. We had some shit happen here, over the week. As you guys can see me behind my guest here, I'm still hunkered down in the zombie apocalypse, but the crap has hit the fan. As you can see, there are zombies running amok in the street here, so I am locked in. I am now on the 14th floor of this building. As you can see over my shoulder here. Let's see here. Right there. I got stuff. I'm straight. I'm holding it down. I'm good to go. But I got my first guest here. He's safe and sound, looking sharp during this zombie apocalypse. My man Gary Keith, who's running for Ward 3 City Council. Please introduce yourself and let them know who you are and what you're doing. Gotta get into this.
Well, first of all, Keith, thank you for having me on the booth tonight. And to our listening audience and our singing audience, my name is Gary Keith Sr. I'm running for Ward 3 City Councilor. It's not the first time that I ran, but basically I'm still trying to make a better Brockton. It's up to us to help out each other. It's not just the job of one person, no matter who's elected. I have an extensive background in law enforcement. I have served on the planning board and the zoning board for 4 years each under Mayor Carpenter. I'm a U.S. Army veteran, 35-year resident, 36-year resident of the city of Brockton. Married for 39 years, and we raised 7 children here, and now we have 12 grandchildren that are growing up here in the city of Brockton. And I'm here, my roots are planted, and I'm here to try to help out any way I can, just to serve.
Nice, good stuff. I got to thank everybody in the chat. I see retired police officer Frank Zanowski, Z-Man, is in the chat. I got to thank all those who are tuning in from Discord. Kick. Wow, we got Kick. Will Dill, thank you for tuning into the show. Will Dill on Kick. I'm seeing 5 cents on Kick also. So, wow, got a lot of people on Kick tonight, which is one of the ones that I broadcast on. Someone just asked me to drop the show into the Discord. I'll have to see if I can do that on the next episode. Right now, we're broadcasting live from the City of Champions and the zombie apocalypse going on right now. So, Gary Keith, I got you on here for the next 10 minutes or so. You already came on for the introduction, so we don't have to introduce you. Anybody who watched should know who you are. What we're trying to do is here, we're gearing up for Vote 48, which takes place this Sunday at Gigi's Lounge Function Hall now. And, this is when Gary Keith and other candidates who are coming are going to specifically speak to the undecided voters on Sunday. So tonight, we're not even going to touch that because we want you to come out on Sunday and see what he has to say to the undecided voters. But as we get into this, is there anything you want to say to your constituents and as we head into this final push, man? Final push to Tuesday.
Basically, what I want people to do is just check out the candidates that are running. Check me out. Check out my opponent. Okay, see what they've done. See where their interest really lies at. See how they're serving you. Okay, because that's the problem right now. We have people sitting in the seats, and I've been saying this for years, and the residents don't know their names. The residents don't know who to call when they're having a situation or a problem. And that's not for me, because people know who I am. They know how to get in touch with me. I live right there in the open. I put my phone number out there. I put my email out there because my job, if I'm elected, is to serve. And even though I have not been elected yet, I have been serving the city of Brockton ever since. And that's what we do. It's just one neighbor helping another neighbor. It's showing love to one another. And the thing about it is that we need to actually get in there and do it. And like I said, my opponent is underserving Brockton. He's not doing that. His interest basically is self-serving. And, and I'm not here to bash him, but the thing is that if he was doing the job that I feel that he should be doing as a resident of Ward 3, I wouldn't have been running. Okay, but the thing is that Brockton deserves better. I deserve better. You deserve better, and everyone in Brockton deserves better. And with everything that we've been happening the last couple of years, and in the state of our country, we don't need that. We really don't. We have a majority minority city, and we have a lot of things that are running rampant. We need to be able to lend a hand.
And, while we're here, and you talked a lot, you talked about one thing that sticks out to me is that majority minority city.
Yes.
And what bothers me about that is that we are number one in the state of Massachusetts. We are the number one city minority majority. And the problem I have is that we have 50,000 registered voters.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? Only 10% showed up for this preliminary. And that's pretty much the Brockton average. It's nothing to be proud of. It's nothing to stand up and brag about. It's part of the reason why I started this Vote 48. But the issue here is we've got to get people to come out and vote. And part of what's happening right now in Brockton politics, I feel like is part of the reason why we don't have people coming out to the preliminaries, because everybody that's running, we all put a good face on for the prelims. Nobody really gets down and dirty. Everybody plays nice. It's like an episode of The Real World. That first week, everybody loves each other in the house. But then after that first week in the house, that's when all the fighting and stuff starts on The Real World. So I feel like a lot of people don't come out to the prelims for one reason is that you're not really seeing the true selves, because not even a week after the preliminaries, the mudslinging began. And it wasn't, and it's from both sides. I wasn't happy with either sides. I don't play that game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And hopefully we can clear this up, because, we're about to have our first minority mayor in this city. And we got to do better as a community, being the majority city in this state,
Absolutely right.
How do we get the people out to vote?
Wow. In this election right here, I'm hopeful that people are as fed up as I believe they are. Okay. And they know that, sometimes, you get so fed up, then you take action, which is one reason why we fell into this hole in the first place, because the incumbents a lot of times know, and they're not trying to do anything to get more voters to the polls, because of the fact that the ones that come to the polls now are they're loyalists, right? Which actually makes sure that they get reelected each and every time. If we can get a higher turnout, then we can hold elected officials accountable to what's going on, And sorry about that. The light keeps going off and
you
on.
got a motion sensor. No, I see you going like this.
Yeah,
I'm like the motion sensor.
Yeah. So but the thing is that so they're hopeful on that, which is one reason why none of the incumbents are going to any of the events. Okay, because of the fact that they're hoping that, if they don't show up, it's basically just, all the challengers, basically, saying what they have to say, and they don't get to see the incumbents, right, and compare them, face to face with someone that they're running against. And I think that basically, again, is another injustice that they're doing to the residents of Brockton. See, and to me, if you can do that as an elected official, that you're claiming that you care so much about the city and that you want to serve the people or whatever, it's a straight out lie. Okay, you can't serve two masters, as they say. You can't serve Brockton and then serve your self-interest, okay, or your developers, your developer donors, or whatever the case may be. So the thing is that, I don't know how much time is on that thing before he goes,
Right.
But the thing is that that's an injustice to the people. It's a disrespect to the residents. My opponent, I don't think has made any events all year. As a matter of fact, he said he was going to campaign from the beach against me. Okay. But the thing is that I'm out there doing the work. It's not about that. The voters in the end have to decide. But the thing about him is that if they decide the same way and everything still happens, with $18 million missing from the school department and $50 million overrun from the public safety building and things like that, don't complain. Don't complain. Because you're not trying to make anything different. The thing, like you said, I heard someone else say it the other day at an event. The definition of insanity is trying to do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And we keep reelecting the same people, thinking that something's going to get better, and it's not. So we got to do better. We got to do better as a city. We got to do better as a person, and that's it in a nutshell.
Frank Zanowski's in the chat. He says he's right. I don't even know who my city councilor is. I'm not sure if Frank is still in Ward 5. That would be Jeff.
That would be Jeff Thompson.
If he's in Ward 5, yeah. If you're in Jeff Thompson, and that's the biggest complaint that you hear. But like I said, while people have their complaints about those who are running for city council, there's complaints on the other side from city councilors who say, they do try to set things up and try to make people informed, but you know how it is, Gary. People don't show up. Everybody wants to complain, but then they don't show up either when you set stuff up. So,
but Keith, if I may,
it's
right?
tough. It's a tough situation. Go ahead.
It is, but one of the things I keep telling everyone when I'm door knocking is that, and something that has not happened, so anyone when they hear me say this can come up and they can change their attitude when they're talking. But you and I both know they haven't done it. The thing is that I am going to have regular ward meetings, okay? There will be regular ward meetings. I don't believe that something on the agenda coming down the pipe, right, that a month ahead of time, right? And I'm going to have a ward meeting in Ward 3. And what the majority of Ward 3 wants me to do is the vote that I'm going to cast in City Hall. I'm not going to cast a vote just because everyone else said yes, or just because, and it's and it's not the popular thing to do when I go against it, right? But it's Ward 3's vote that I'm going to carry in City Hall, not Gary Keith's vote. And that's something that has not been happening. So the thing is that councilors and stuff have been complaining about no one showing up, but it's their job as an elected official to meet the residents where they're at. Okay, they met the residents where they were at when they were trying to get elected. They knocked on their doors. They made phone calls. They sent out literature. Okay, so why is that stopped? They're the ones that are sitting up there in the ivory tower. Meet your constituents where they're at, which is at their homes. Okay, and they're not going to come to the meetings or whatever because they're turned off. They're turned off.
We gotta figure that out though, because I know when Ann used to host hers at the Downey School, it was a good turnout. I know Dennis Ernie, when he used to do his, people would turn out back in the day. It's almost like it's a different it's like a generation thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like it's part of that also, and I think COVID made a lot of stuff worse also. But it's tough. Clancy, I see Clancy in the chat. Thank you, Clancy, for jumping in. Wow, that was fast. 7:15. I'm gonna let you speak before I get my next guest on here. Is there anything you want to say before we get you out of here? Because I know you're at an event right now.
Yes. Well, basically, I'm just asking everyone. Listen, I can go into it. I could tell you a lot more. I don't try to run a negative race, right? The thing is this. I've been trying to do this a long time because I do believe that I can make a difference, okay? And the difference starts with one person sometimes. All I'm asking for is to give me one term. Give me the 2 years, and I guarantee you that you will reelect me. Why? Because I will be out there every single day doing my job, which is representing the residents and citizens of Brockton in Ward 3 especially. The other thing is that I would actually, you'll be able to find out where I am. Like I said earlier, my phone number is there, my email is there. But unlike all the other elected officials, you will see me in the supermarkets. You'll see me walking down Main Street. You'll see me getting my tires changed on the south side. You'll see me in Brockton. If the resident, the elected officials right now, the only time you see them is when they're doing a photo op or they're at a city council meeting. That's not right. Okay, we should be there all the time. We should be able to be found.
And
so I'm asking everyone to cast a vote for Gary Keith on next Tuesday, November 4th. Please, Gary Keith for Ward 3. Thank you.
Nice. Thank you. And Gary Keith is one of those that's confirmed once again to speak to the undecided voters at Vote 48. I know there's been some people out here that have jumped in my chat for the Vote 48, and they've had some negative comments, and I jump right on them. I'm letting people know. Don't come into my Vote 48 event chat page with negative comments. That's not what this is about. This is to pull everybody together and making an event that's going to spread out nationwide. I want this to become a nationwide thing that other cities and towns adopt. So this is what we want. So I want to thank you for coming on here. I want to take a quick break because my next guest is in here. I see all y'all in the chat. Keep dropping your questions. We got Steve Pina coming up. Let's take a quick break here. Gary, I'll see you on Sunday.
Thank you. Bye-bye, guys.
All right, here we go.
Bye-bye.
Hello, Sydney. I've been suffering 'cause after all these years your mom's a cheat. Now it's over, poor Marie. I slayed that night, chose to kill her. I hadn't done much killing. Hello, do you fear me? I'm in California speaking now. It's only you and me. I knew your number, Sydney. I've forgotten how it hit the floor. My phone fell at your feet. There's no long distance between us, just a million times. Hello from the other line. It must have rung 1,000 times to tell you I worry for everything that should come. And when I call you, always seem to be home. Hello from the phone line. At least you picked it up this time. I toast to his party. We're killed from the start. The blood did spatter in theory. You'd have died from the start.
All right, it's your guy, Sinister One, broadcasting live from the City of Champions. You are watching The Booth. We are live. It is the week before Vote 48, this big event that a lot of people, another guy here that's going to be at Vote 48 speaking to the undecided voters. So we're not going to discuss anything about undecided voters because that's what this event is all about. And we need people to come out and vote. Thank you, Gary Keith, for coming on again. Gary Keith for Ward 3 City Council. We've got a lot of people in the chat. Frank Zanowski says, vote Steve Pina in the chat. Frank Zanowski, retired police officer. Enjoy your time off. He's been on the show. Frank, ever since Frank retired, he's been hanging out in the booth every Tuesday.
I love it, man. He's going big time.
Love it. Also, if you guys didn't know, Frank Zanowski is also the co-host of When the Dust Settles on Thursday nights.
Yes, he is.
8 o'clock. Him and Levi covering the PBR. The PBR team season is closed out. They crowned the champion. Make sure to tune in Thursday night. Frank and Lee will be talking about that. And then, hey, in December, Frank and Lee are going to be in Manchester at the PBR event. And then the entire Sinister One Productions crew will be at the PBR debut in Boston in January. But right now, this is it. The home stretch. Next Tuesday is the election. Ward 1 school committee candidate Steve Pina, thank you for coming back on the show. Thank you
Yeah,
for doing
of
that
course,
first
man.
round of interviews with Travis. I got to give Travis a shout out.
Yeah.
Oscar Mike Radio, Marine veteran. He held down those interviews for me, those introduction videos, so we don't have to introduce you. By right, if you're tuning in now, you should already know who Steven is and what he's got going on. So I want to really just get right into it. This election is coming up, and one of the things right now that I've been kind of vocal about and what I was unhappy about with this election so far is the fact that low voter turnout. 10%.
Oh, yeah.
Horrible. It doesn't matter who you vote for. It doesn't matter what your support is. It doesn't matter what your views are. The problem here is that it doesn't matter what you are. 10% isn't good for anybody. How do we fix that? I got to ask every candidate of that that's coming on.
I got a plan, man. I'll tell you right now, I got a plan, and that plan is going to be my campaign doesn't stop when the election stops. My campaign is now going to be an ongoing thing. It's not a campaign. It's not going to be an ongoing campaign for office. It's going to be an ongoing campaign for the city of Brockton. We've talked a little bit about this, me and you, but I've also talked to a lot of different people that are not on the same ideological path as I am. But there's a reason why I'm doing that. I want to talk to everybody that is interested in writing, interested in video, interested in doing podcasts, because I want to put together something like a conglomerate where you take your stuff, I take my stuff, and everybody gets all their stuff, and we all put it on one location. So then we're doing exactly what the enterprise has completely failed to do. We're going to promote the good. We're going to promote, me and you can talk about NASCAR, right? That's something that we get along with. Me and you can talk about a whole bunch of football. We can talk about football. It doesn't always have to be about divisiveness and politics and all that other stuff. Sure, if you want to have a show that's doing that, that's great. But I think it's more important that when people look at us, meaning us being Brockton, we're all one, is us being Brockton, it can't be, oh, I saw you on the news or I saw that article in the paper. It's not about that, man. That's like less than 1% of what happens in Brockton. Nothing's talked about our history. We don't talk about the fact that Frederick Douglass was literally right there in the Liberty Tree, or even that we had a Liberty Tree here in Brockton. We don't talk about the shoe industry that was here. We don't talk about the Italian and Irish immigrants that came over and literally were killing themselves to build this city. And of course, I know we do talk about the good with Rocky Marciano, Marvin Hagler, and of course, back in those days, the trifecta was Rocky, Marvin, and then Brockton High football. So that's why we were called the City of Champions. But we need to just make sure that the campaign that I'm going to have, we need to make sure that we're not just talking about drugs or gang violence, which there is very little gang violence. We're actually getting people involved. We're talking. I've seen people that I wouldn't normally get along with talking politics that I think I can work with, and I'll just use his name, Jed. What Jed is doing, going around and videotaping the city and showing when he was doing that, I think that was a huge part of what citizen journalism is. And so what I want to do is I want to put together something where we're citizen journalists and we're going around and we're showing the good. We're not concentrating on all the bad. You know what? Do you know how many people go down and help the homeless people downtown? Do you know how many people? Yeah, there are. How many people go to the VA and help veterans that volunteer to help veterans? And do you know how many people go to the retirement homes and adopt a grandparent? I mean, these are kids going out and doing this stuff. These are our citizens here in Brockton doing this. So, the big thing that I've learned throughout this whole process and what we really need to do is we need more citizen involvement. We need people. And again, you said it right. You hit the nail right on the head when you said it doesn't matter who you vote for or what you're doing. Just you can't complain. You can't go on the Hub or Political Central or other places, and you want to complain about things. That's not. Just stop. It's vitriol. It's causing chaos and division. Come out and have a conversation. That's all. I want to have a conversation about April, and I want to talk about Earth Day, right? I think the earth is incredibly important, and I'm sure this is something that you and I will get along with, agree on. But I think cleaning up the city and cleaning and planting trees, bushes, getting involved with the garden club, getting them to teach kids how to plant and how to grow.
Shout out to Ian Beauregard. Shout out to Ian Beauregard.
It's I'm talking about the garden club. I have to mention Mrs. Dragonetti, who's obviously a dear friend of mine from back in the day. So I always got to mention her. But hold on one second.
Nothing worse than getting a call.
I know, right?
Never fails.
Oh man.
It's one of those things. Like I moved to Brockton in '78 as a teenager.
Yeah.
And Brockton, for all the time that I've been here since '78, the bad places have been the bad places. When you hear someone get shot on Green Street at 4 a.m,
right?
It's been Green Street. That one little small square area of Brockton has been the cancer of Brockton. There's 1 mile of Brockton that's bad. The other 3.7 miles is great and never gets, recognized. And like I tell people, that first responder center that everybody I see complaining about and going over, and I say to people, you guys have no idea what that first responder center is going to do for property values and the crime in that area. It's going to radiate out. You have more police visibility, more first responder visibility. That radius, you've got Murder and Go gas station there at the top of Legion Parkway on the right-hand side. You're not going to see all that foolishness that you've been seeing there for the last 15 to 20 years. You're not going to see all that.
I gotta tell you, man, I agree somewhat, but it's a half measure. We need to get back to community policing. We need to get back to the police on the bikes, police on the motorcycles, police on horses, police on foot. We need to increase the amount of dogs that we have, not for sniffing drugs or people love dogs. They can be the same ones that Plymouth County were given to police departments, where they're the comfort dogs. You build connections with the kids and you get the police in there building those connections. You get them on the streets and they're talking to people. It's contagious when you begin to build relationships and you begin to have conversations. When you have those conversations, as long as those conversations don't stop, as long as you have those conversations, you open yourself up to grow. And a wise man once told me, don't ever go into a political debate or a conversation with somebody or somewhere, a holiday at the family, thinking that you're going to be the smartest person there. You need to go into any conversation thinking, like tonight, Keith, you're going to teach me something. I'm going to learn something from you. I might be wrong about something, and I hope you do teach me something. You see, if you go in with that and not, hey, I'm going to prove my point, I'm going to get that point across, it just helps. It helps to bridge the divide. And that's one of the things that I hope to do if I do get elected is I will have I'll have quarterly meetings in person. I'm going to be doing a podcast on a consistent basis starting next month. I already signed up down at the TV studio down at BCA to do a monthly review of the school department and in Ward 1. So those are the things that I'm trying to do to get the voice and everything that's going on out there. Add to that, I'm building a website where every sports program that is going on can advertise, tell everybody what's going on. It'll be completely free, and I'm going to donate it more or less to the city so that they can get the word out there. Because I hear so many times walking around that they didn't know that there were signups. They didn't know that there was soccer or baseball or football or basketball or lacrosse for that matter, or wrestling.
The other issue here too is that we have a beautiful studio down there in Brockton, BCA, and people, you've got 100,000 residents in this city, and majority of those people have cable, and they don't realize that when you pay your cable bill, part of that money goes to what is required by law to have a cable access. A lot of people, like Richard Ripley and myself, there's a lot of us who take advantage of that.
And they have a podcast group.
Yeah, and they're understaffed there. They're hurting there.
Yep.
They're always looking for volunteers, and that is a great avenue to put free information out there.
Exactly.
And,
Yep.
and get the, I remember there was a time where BCA was at every Brockton High game, every Brockton High event, because they had enough staff, they had all that stuff.
Do you remember
They
the
had residents stepping up for that?
Do you remember the weekly show? Ask Coach.
Yep.
Armin Colombo was on there weekly. I want to bring that back.
Yeah,
I think
you
it
had
should
Ron
be
Van Dam. You had Ron
every
Van
sport.
Dam.
Yeah, every
He
sport.
had his show in there. Yep. You had all these shows that people went to BCA. Newbie stepping up big time. Another great example of how BCA was utilized. And it's something we really need to get back to. I actually have to do that myself, my shows. Yeah. And it's tough because the booth is on there, but the problem with the booth is that booth has got some sponsorship, and it's tough to you can't have those call to action. So I
will say this too. If you're someone that isn't made for the camera, you don't want to be on the camera. You don't have to be. Your face doesn't have to be out there. You can do podcasts. Not only that, but they'll teach you how to edit. They'll teach you how to do everything in the background. Camera work. You can borrow that camera.
Sign that stuff out. That's right.
Isn't that crazy?
They had a mobile van that you could also sign out, but I don't know. I haven't seen that van around. I'm not sure where it is. Frank says the public safety building is 10 years too late. Yes, it is, because I know in 1990 when the MBTA wanted to restart up this old Colony line, the MBTA wanted to buy the police station back then, and back then the police station was outdated. So Frank is exactly right. The only thing that's going to be missed is the retirement steps.
Yeah, seriously, right? Yeah.
With this new, but it is a nice place. I'm glad to see that we finally looking up. So let's get into this, man, because you're on here because this election is fast approaching.
Oh man, too
November
fast.
2nd is the date. What do you got to say that you want to get off your chest? Like I said, I was saying to Gary Keith, I wasn't happy at the mudslinging that began just a week after the preliminaries. You know what it is? Everybody puts the happy faces away, and the mudslinging, both sides, starts. And I wasn't happy with that. Brockton's better than that, especially when you have what we have about to happen here historically. So I didn't know if you wanted to put your thoughts out there on that.
Yeah. I'll just say this. I started this out wanting to talk to people. I talked to you. I think one of the first days when we drew names there for the prelim
elections sheets. Yep.
Yeah. And it's all about communicating, and I've always said that, and I won't stop saying this. Is when you stop communicating is when the bad things happen, and that's what's kind of happened in my race. I started out. I called him. We had a long, about 2-hour conversation in the summer. Talked about his flaws, my flaws, and said, "Hey, let's just stay on topic." And so, it's a little bit. People are taking their cue from what the mayor's race is doing. It's too bad that whatever's going on there is going on. I've kind of just sat back. I got to run my own race. I don't have a big staff. I didn't get a bunch of money from anywhere, so I got to do my own thing. But what I will say is this, man. It's about running your race, and I just hope that if you don't have something to run on, and you don't have a platform, if you don't have results from your time, at least just come up with what you're going to do, and just let's have a battle of wits about what we're going to do. Instead of anything else. But yeah, we gotta, the decorum has to get back to more gentlemanly, or and I hate to say that because obviously there's women in the race, but we just need to rise above that. And I think the voters see through it. They see through it, and I hope they really do understand what's best. The arguing in the committee meetings, arguing outside at wherever it is, it's just not worth it, man. It's not worth it.
Right. As we're going into this, like I said, I'm real happy Again, Vote 48 takes place this Sunday, 4 o'clock. You two are both showing up. Jorge Vega is showing up. He's the incumbent, and you're showing up. I've had people in my inbox already about this Vote 48. Already, politicians in my inbox. Hey, what about this? What's this? And I love it because, as I said, this is something I want to spur voters to vote. Yeah. And I think speaking to that undecided voter is key 48 hours out.
It is.
And I'm already, and Steve, I'm already seeing the strategies form. And this is exactly what we want. As you see, there have been some people who've come in there and have had some things to say off comment. And I'm right on it. I don't care. I'm out. You know me. I speak my mind. I don't want that type of talk there. This is about everybody coming and being there. And we are. We've got almost over 80% of the candidates who are running are coming to Vote 48.
Good.
For only the second time. Yeah. Like I said, we want to get this to do in other cities and towns. We want Brockton to be that leader. And people say, hey, that started in Brockton. This goes back to what you were saying. We want positive stuff. So let's see, before we get you out of here, I got to ask you this too. Question on this one. So you've talked about yourself. You're a Republican, and I got to ask you, what do you struggle with right now being a Republican? Because you're here, you're for the kids, you're running this campaign for the kids. Yeah. But at times, this administration doesn't seem like it's for everyone. So, is there anything that you struggle with sometimes with this period that we have going on right now?
Yeah, I'm going to say this. I don't think so when you say struggle, do you mean like I'm having a hard time with, or or are you saying that I have heartache over?
Either way, either one.
Okay, yeah. So
if there's anything that you just say, man, we can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I got you, man. I'll be straight up and I'll be honest with you. I dug into the budget. I saw what is being spent. I do have a really hard time understanding and knowing, not understanding, but knowing that the non-net funds, if you just to quickly go over, there's net funds and non-net funds. The non-net funds are the only thing that the city council can cut. The non-net funds, Chapter 70, they can't touch. It's by law. It has to be spent. So when we're spending over $22,000 per child, and then I look at the transportation costs, and we for some reason continuously bus our kids all around the city instead of getting back to neighborhood schools and cutting down on some of those transportation costs. When we look at things that maybe the city side is cutting some of that non-net budget and then expecting the school department to go back, even though they know that nothing's changing from last year. So it's kind of on both of them. I think that the school department this committee needs to look at that and say, we need to cut here and here, and it's got to be surgical and it's got to be strategic. And then the city side has to stop fighting back and forth with the school. And I think that's a disappointing part. I would say that one of the things that I really wished would happen is we took a better look at our curriculum and we got back to a knowledge-based curriculum where we get rid of a bunch of these and I hate to say it, man, but these fads that cost us a lot of money.
Get me started.
And so when again you look at all that and you're like, oh man, if I'm spending $22,000 per kid, that's a lot. And do you know what really irks me? What irks me the most, and I had this conversation with my wife. Listen to this, right? So let's say one of our kids leaves Brockton and goes to West Bridgewater. Mm-hmm. West Bridgewater gets $8,500 for that child to go there. That's a by law rate. That is it. That's what they get. We're spending $22,000 per child. Where's the rest of the money go? Where's it go? I don't know, right? So we lost that money. We lose that money, and that other town doesn't get the full amount. So there's a disconnect there somewhere. So the state now takes that and divvies it back up into the other schools. So it's amazing because it goes by a formula, and we get more money than West Bridgewater or East Bridgewater or Southeastern or any of those, right?
Mhm.
So if we get more money, that means that every child that we lose, if we lose 100 kids, times that by 22.5, and that's what we just lost for the year.
Yeah, and we saw that was also part of the. I was at the meeting here on the east side when that was explained by the representative from the state and how this snowballed very quickly. Going real back before we let you go, it's funny.
Yeah.
Talked about this curriculum thing that they sell to the schools, and I get pissed at this because you have some company or you have some publisher out there who sells nationwide to the schools, and it seems like more so it happens with the math curriculum. And it bothers the hell out of me because you see parents complaining. I remember, and this is exactly the stuff that you're talking about, that, somebody come in and said, hey, let's switch to Common Core math. And my son was doing math, and he did his homework. I checked his homework, and the answers were right. Sent this homework in. It comes back home. I look at it. He's got a 75. I
Because he didn't show the work?
Paperwork.
Yep.
Nope, he showed the work, but he didn't use the Common Core math, which seems like more steps to get to the answer. And I'm like, I emailed the teacher, and I know she wasn't happy. And she says, well, Mr. Hayes, the issue here is that we want him to learn the Common Core way and arrive at that answer. I'm like, but he arrived at the answer. He did it in his way that he had been learning. And she was like, yeah, I said, no, that's not right. Because when he graduates, he's going to use what he wants to use. Don't try to force a curriculum down the student's throat. If the answer, when me and you went to school, if you arrived at the correct answer, guess what? You got a check mark.
That's
you didn't
it, right?
You didn't get a wrong answer if the answer was, what? So how do we fix that too? Because this is...
No, I hear
like
you. So in case you don't know, so the school department, school committee has really three major responsibilities. The first one is the budget. The second one is the superintendent, and the third one is the curriculum. So if the school committee is not looking at the curriculum and is not putting curriculum forward that betters our child, betters our kids, betters their future, then we need to look at that. And that's why I'm running. That's why I want to make sure that we're using something that's going to build. Look, they started doing that and took away cursive. Writing in cursive, I had to teach my kids how to sign their name because they had no clue how to do it. They don't even know what cursive is. They look at it and they think it's a different language. It's serious. And you talk about like them trying to go, 1 plus 5 equals 6. No, it's 1 and then you got to add 4 and then take away 3 and then you get to 6.
And you know what's funny? It's hard because here I am, and I work as management, and you get everything sent to you now in PDF with an electronic PDF signature. So
right, no,
so
but
it's
they gotta
scary
sign
to try. Yeah,
they gotta be able to. They gotta be able to sign paperwork for buying a car, for buying a business, for whatever it is they got to do. They got to be able to sign their name. It's just basic stuff. And I'll tell you this, man. I just hope the voters take a look and see that I'm honest, and they see that, I put myself out there as much as I've explained all of my comments in the past. You can go on my website at votepina.com and see. You can go on my Facebook page at the Vote Pina one. I've explained myself numerous times. I just hope they take a harder look at my opponent who is just over exaggerating a lot of his stuff. But I think it's important that I think this is one of the most important elections. And I appreciate you having me on, and I really do look forward to after the election. I'm not gonna win, lose, or draw. I'm not cowering away anywhere. I'm out there. I'm getting my kids more involved. So I hope to really build the city up and do everything I can to get more like-minded people like me elected, and get more media out there to bring up that reputation of Brockton.
Nice. We got a quick question before I let you go. We got Frank Zanowski in the chat. He says, schools have like 4 different ways to do math. How many ways do we need to teach kids 1 + 1? Enough. Good question right here from Clancy. And hey, Tony Bishop, I look, I went to Southeastern, but yes, Clancy says Brockton needs a trade school. And
we're getting there. Not only that, but listen to this, man. Listen to this. I've been talking to business owners. I've been talking to many. I don't think they want me to mention their names, but so we're going to get business and the community businesses involved. We're going to have paths to nursing going over to the Brockton Hospital nursing program. We hope to have paths going to tailor to learn how to be a tailor, learn how to be an electrician, learn how to be a plumber. All these skills that you use your hands, that's the next millionaire, man.
Yeah, that AI can't take away. Exactly.
That next millionaire is going to be somebody that can do something with their hands. And right now, the generation coming up can't do it. So that's what we need to do. And we keep them. Man. I just got to tell you this, man. We keep them here so that when they graduate and they want to open a business, we give them what they need to open that business. And we keep that business here. Do you know that we spend about $500,000 per kid to educate them all the way through? All the way through. I'm talking about all around everything that's spent on them. Sports, everything. We need to keep those kids here because then that's how you build the heart of a city.
Don't get me started because that's going to turn into the AJ Davinci discussion about why he wasn't here and playing for Brockton High. So don't even.
Yeah, me and you are on the same. I'm on the same.
Don't get me. How do we lose that kid from elementary to? Don't even.
I mean, you can go down a list of kids, and I'll tell you exactly why we lost it because everyone left Brockton, and the people that had the heart to do it left, and it's okay that we're a gateway city. That's fine, but we have to have that core bunch of people that are willing to help build a city. The tailors, the plumbers, the electricians, the restaurant owners, and I'll put this out there real quick, but I talked to a bunch of people. We are going to have a restaurant week here in Brockton, and I'm going to be pushing for that. We're going to have something a little bit different than what you see, but it's going to be a lot like what they have in Boston. If you food,
Ollie was trying to do that, and it didn't pan out.
Nope. We're doing it.
The Metro South. The Metro South used to do one.
Yeah.
And I know Black-owned business tried to do it. They had it every Saturday in the month of October. But yes, you're right. We got to support these type of events. Like I said, I barely hear much from the Metro South. I've got to get back and sign up and get my membership because somebody said they are pretty busy still out here doing stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, used to have the Taste of Metro South every year at the Rock Stadium.
I know.
Packed.
That's COVID COVID messed up so much. It messed up the food, man. And you know me, I like food. We need the food, okay? We need to bring these. Hey, did you know how many Cape Verdean restaurants there are in Brockton?
35, right?
I don't know. Do you know how many Haitian restaurants there are in Brockton?
10. I want to say around 10.
You know how many Jamaican restaurants there are in Brockton? Italian, Portuguese. Look, the point is this, man. Mm-hmm. Why are we as a city not putting that forward? Listen, if you're going to have a culture here, exploit that culture and show the food because I'm going to tell you the best way to communicate with people, especially guys, is through food.
Look, my son has a friend he grew up with in Easton. Their family owns the Buena Vista Puerto Rican restaurant right there on Main Street on the left-hand side.
Yep.
I'll tell you right now, if you've ever gone there, you're going to get a plate that you've never seen before, Puerto Rican food, that you're going to be like, holy crap. We have a lot of great restaurants here in Brockton.
We do.
That are underserved.
Too.
Yeah,
Food
they're underserved.
Too.
Yep. So good stuff, man. I want to thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, of course, man.
Frank Zanowski says, "Love my CV restaurants." We've got some great restaurants here in Brockton.
You should do a whole episode just on the restaurants. I'll go with you, and I'll get the camera, and we'll go on.
So have you gone down to Taste of Brazil yet and had that Brazilian burger that they have there?
No, I have not. I've gone to a lot of the Haitian restaurants. The Haitian food truck that's parked over in the church there on North Main.
Yeah, they've got good food in there.
Oh, they do. Dude, they were lined up. They were lined up.
I took Frank to Taste of Brazil, and I challenged him to eat the burger. Frank says, no problem, I'll eat the whole burger. Frank ate the burger, and we got off camera.
Yeah.
He was like, bro, I'm like, now I gotta get you home because the itis is gonna kick in and knock you the F out.
Why you blowing up a spot, man?
So he's in there, he's laughing about it in the chat. So I'm gonna challenge you right now. Go down to Taste of Brazil.
Yeah.
And get their special Brazilian burger. Okay, Steve Pina, this is what it has on it. It's double patty, shredded chicken, lettuce, bacon, onion, tomato. Just go. Ham.
Wow. Yeah.
And do a video. I need to see the videos.
I will, man. I will. And that's it. See, and if we can do this, man, if we can like join together people of different ideology and just come up and find that common ground, dude, we can build something big here. I'm telling you, we can build something big.
Good stuff, Steve Pina. Again, thank you. He is going to be at Vote 48 this Sunday to speak to the undecided voters. And big ups to Jorge Vega, who is also going to be there. He's the incumbent. It's nice to see this. Those who are both showing up from both sides. So we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to get ready to close out the show with 10 minutes left. And let me take a quick break here, and we'll be back with more Booth after this. Here we go. Hold tight, everybody.
Hello, Sydney. I've been suffering 'cause after all these years your mom's a cheat. Now it's over, poor Marie. I slayed that night, chose to kill her. I hadn't done much killing. Hello, do you fear me? I'm in California speaking now. It's only you and me. I knew your number, Sydney. I've forgotten how it hit the floor. My phone fell at your feet. There's no long distance between us, just a million dials. Hello from the other line. It must have rung 1,000 times to tell you I worry for everything that should come. And when I call you, always seem to be home. Hello from the phone line. At least you picked it up this time. I toast to his party. We're cured from the start. The blood did spatter in theory. You'd have died from the start like I swore. Hello, where are you? It's so cynical of me to talk about myself, not sorry. I know this is hell. Said you'll never make it out of this house where many murders happen. And I won't quit till your blood and guts are running down my night. So hello from the other line. It must have rung 1,000 times to tell you I worry for everything that should come. And when I call you, always seem to be home. Hello from the phone line. At least you picked it up this time.
Hold up. I want to cough on everybody. Hello, it's your boy Citizen One, broadcasting live from the City of Champions. You're watching the booth. I got to thank my guys, Gary Keith, for coming on the show. He's running for Ward 3 City Council. And then we just had Steve Pina on. He's running for Ward 1 School Committee. Both these guys will be at Vote 48. Thank you guys coming on the show. Turnbuckles and Spilt Liquor podcast will be tomorrow night at 9:30. Looks like we're going to have Dell joining the show tomorrow night, but I got 5 minutes left, so I got to blow through these topics. Let's get back into the news booth, and let's get my topics up here. Properties. Because we gotta close out the show and get the show closed out. Because we got a lot of stuff coming up this weekend. Antonio and Saldi has a video shoot on on Halloween night in Salem. If you go to the Slingshot of Mass, that information there, and I think Antonio and Saldi also has it on his page. So you want to make sure to check that out. Frank says, and they give you fries, but you'll never make it to the fries. So that's that's going out to Steve Pina on that. Let me get into these topics real quick so I can close out the show. Turn him in. Wanted for double murder. Davinci, Leonard, turn him in. Murdered 2 people. He's still out there. We've got 2 people in jail because they harbored him. They were denied bail. Turn him in. Also, Gmail was hacked. Change your passwords. If you have anything linked to your Gmail account, change your passwords. Millions and millions of Gmail passwords were stolen. So make sure, because Gmail is linked to your YouTube account. Gmail is linked to majority of Anchor, Spotify accounts. So if you have anything linked to your Gmail, change your password ASP. There's been a massive data breach. Also, bad news, people. Bad news. Showcase Cinema Deluxe at Foxboro Showcase has announced that they are closing the Foxboro location, which has been home to all of pretty much Newbie Rateau's events. It's tough. I would have to say it's probably tough to go see a movie there on the weekends once football season starts, especially now with the Pats are winning again. You're not gonna see me at the movie theater on a Sunday when it's a 1 or 4 o'clock. I'm not going through all that traffic just to see a movie. So when they opened this up, I was kind of questioning the fact about that. What do they do when there's, Patriots games, and then you got to deal with concerts during the summer, those concerts on the weekends. Your prime nights for a movie theater are Friday. Well, it depends on the movie. If it's a special movie, they have a Wednesday night, people will go. But Thursday, somewhat. But Friday, Saturday, Sunday afternoons are your big movie days. Big movie days. And if you've got to compete with traffic from concerts on a Friday night or a Saturday night, Patriots games on a Sunday, the movie theater loses out. So I can see why they're closing that location there. It was nice in the beginning, but I just think it was a failed situation from the get-go. Also, let's get into the sports booth. In the sports booth, the Patriots, as I predicted, they beat the Browns. Good-ass game. Drake May, again, the guy can throw the long ball. That's something Tom Brady did not have in his arsenal this early in his career. Tom Brady depended on slot. He depended on the dump and go, the screen pass. Tom Brady didn't have a strong long ball in the early years of his career. He didn't. So the Patriots beat the Browns 32-13. They are now 6-2. The Falcons will be here on Sunday. That's a 1 o'clock game. So make sure to check out the Patriots and show your support for them as they take on the Falcons. That's a toss-up game. That's a toss-up game down there in Foxboro. But I think they can get it done. Kevin Jeffries is in the chat. Again, me, him, and Dell tomorrow on. We got a lot to talk about too because we're coming into Saturday night's main event. We're coming off one hell of a Raw. We'll talk about it tomorrow on Turnbuckles and Spilt Liquor podcast. Also in the sports booth, the look. The Dodgers right now are on a whole different level right now. The Dodgers are on. Look. The Dodgers are Kendrick Lamar, and Toronto is Drake right now. Shohei Ohtani is killing it. Last night, Freddie, what's his name? Freddie Freeman, walk-off homer, 18 innings last night. Dodgers is look. The Dodgers is about to take this World Series, bruh. And then I hope Toronto don't turn around and try to sue the LA Dodgers for winning the World Series like Drake did. Oh man, we got a lot to talk about though. Because in the sports booth, we're real happy here in Boston to see the Patriots back on a winning streak. We got a lot to talk about. Frank says, dude, we need the Ghost Runner. I couldn't stay up for the 18th. I lasted 16 innings. Damn, I'm surprised you lasted 16, Frank. Kevin Jeffries in the chat. We talking about it, Kevin. I don't want to talk about it on this show. Raw was crazy. And not only was... Look, real quick, I'm just going to quit. I don't want to ruin the show for tomorrow night for Turnbuckles, but I've had this thing. Ever since WWE Raw has been on Netflix, they have consistently kicked effing ass every Monday with a PLE type wrestling match. And last night on Monday, it was the women's turn again, and they killed it. Charlotte Flair, Alexa, that match would be... Stop it. I gotta stop. I can't. Tune in tomorrow night, 9:30. Tune in tomorrow night, 9:30. Let's get into the legal booth. We got 2 minutes over. In the legal booth, the White House Demolition Company, ACECOM, shut their website down, shut their emails down, and they have a PR nightmare going on, boy, for tearing down that whole east wing of the... Woo! There's a lot of stuff to answer, and the reason why this is in the legal booth, because now, granted, they say that, yes, the president can do kind of what he wants, but there are still things that have to be done. The White House was built way back when. There's asbestos that was in that section of that wing, so things weren't. And here's the thing, people. When you don't properly bid and you don't properly have to get the permits and you just let somebody... This company's out of Maryland. And they're in for a ton of bullshit. So let's see what happens to ACECOM Demolition Company. Kevin Jeffries in the chat says, about your Pats though. After week 1, he had them fumbles. You said Ramondre would get himself right. You were spot on. He's looking like a top 10 running back coming from somebody that got him on his fantasy squad. Kevin's like, yeah, give me them points, bruh. Give me them points, bruh. Ramondre almost had the catch of the week too. But he had one foot out of bounds and the second foot came out of bounds. But if he keeps both feet in bounds, that would have been the catch of the week in the NFL. That catch was a dart. And like I said, again, Drake May's long ball is 200% better than what Tom Brady was in his second year. Tom Brady did not have a long ball until he got, I want to say, not until he got Randy Moss here. Other than that, it was, like I said, it was the screen, the dump pass, the slot. He made guys like Wes Welker and all these other slot passers crazy famous because he didn't have really the long ball. But he also didn't have receivers to test the long ball early on. But then again, Drake May is making household names out of guys like Demario Douglas, Pop Douglas, who, damn, Keyshawn Booty. Every time, Benzino. They should be, every time Keyshawn Booty scores, they should be playing Benzino's I See Booty. Let's get into the Trump Trouble segment. Trump Trouble segment. Vote 48 is this Sunday, 4 p.m. Come on down. This is a Sinister One Productions event. This is our second one. We've got over 80% of the candidates running in the Brockton election are coming down to speak to the undecided voters. My dog, Jupe, you hear her in the background, bugging me because I didn't leave the door open because it's cold. Also in the Trump Troubles booth, fake news, people. I just want to let people know fake news. There were a lot of people out here spreading the rumor that Obama spent he didn't spend $376 million, people. You got to do your homework. The $376 million that was spent was approved by Congress under Bush. Bush was the one who put in for the renovations. And this is where people don't even get it. They're like, yeah, in Obama's first term when he took office. Bro, he had just took office. He wasn't getting nothing done yet. Y'all forget that the Republicans held him down for 4 years to get nothing done. So when you guys throw this stuff out here, it's like you guys don't even pay attention to politics. You don't know nothing. So yeah, the $376 million that you see everybody sharing and talking about Obama, stop it. Stop it. Do something. Look, this is what you need. This is what you need right here.
Do something else! Do something else! That's it! That's all we want! Do something else! Holy
Do something else. Whack. This shit is whack. Hey, Felicia, what's going on? Also, in the last thing, Hegseth today announced more strikes on boats in the Caribbean, in the Pacific. We are up to 50-something people dead. Still no evidence or proof that these are cartel boats. And here's the dumb thing that I see people like Noel and Neil von Magnus and Max and everybody sharing. These boats are coming from Venezuela. And if you guys are seeing the boats that are blown up, if those boats were coming to America, do you know how many times those boats would have to fuel up to get here? These fisherman boats, you'd have to fill up like 30 to 40 times just to get to the American shores. Where are they getting the fuel at out in there with these boats? This is why this whole thing is crazy. This is why the whole thing's ridiculous. Hegseth has yet to provide any type of proof as to why they're just blowing boats out the water. They don't care at the fact that some people are starting to step up and say, hey, these are fishermen. And we already have during Trump's first term where they accidentally wiped out a whole boat of fishermen. SEAL Team 6 did. Hence the reason why that meeting with Kim in Trump's first term that was supposed to happen in January, reason why that meeting was pushed back till late June, early July, was because we accidentally killed a whole boatload of fishermen in what we thought was suspected aggravates that we were supposed to take care of. And Trump had to make nice with Kim. And till this day, we don't know what that cost us. What we had to pay. That's about it, people. I want to thank everybody for tuning in the show, hanging out in the chat with me. These are the beanies and hats that I got to thank everybody. I have Felicia. I have pictures of you and your daughter with the shirts. I have shirts. I have Sinister One Production shirts. I'm not real happy about the shirts. You can wash them, but you can't put them in the dryer. I bought my things from Amazon transfers, so I'm just giving them away for free. Upcoming events: BAT After Hours Workforce Transportation. Scan the code, download the Uber app. When the buses stop running, you can get a discount with Uber. Emerge Career, meet Deshaun. He is a formerly incarcerated individual who was able to get his CDL truck driver license through Emerge Career. Journey Church, free food pantry Thursdays and Sundays. Man, we're going to need to start getting all the ones in Brockton and stuff because there's a lot of people across the country who are going to need that help. Ride free till June 26th. Bat Bus, ride for free. You see me, if you see me on the bus, that's me in the morning with my coffee in hand. So make sure to check me out. Whoa. Where did my banners go, people? Let me get my banners back up here. I don't know why my banners just... I'll get them back up here for you. About this show. Trinity Church. Ride free, the bat bus. Something bad about the bat bus. It must not. Richard Ripley must. Upcoming events. October 30th. We're supposed to have a mayor debate put on by the NAACP. I don't know if that's still happening, but please keep an eye out and see. Brockton's Farmer Market. This Friday is the last Friday. Also at the Marquee House in Randolph. Latin Friday. Latin Fridays. Best costume at the Marquee House, and then Sophisticated Saturday at the Marquee House. The person who does these events, he actually sent me these flyers, so I'm kind of wondering, is he trying to invite me to come down there and check it out? Because I might have to. Truck or Treat this Saturday, November 1st. Brockton Rocks is going to be food trucks, live music, bouncy house, and more. And then these are the banners that were sent to me to put on this show. Nobody pays me for them. They are sent in, and I put them on the show. John Bradley, Duran Court running for mayor. Moses Rodriguez running for mayor. Jeff Charnel running for councilor at large. Michael Nunez, who I saw modeling last Friday. He's running for councilor at large. Gary Keith, thank you for coming on the show today. Councilor, Ward 3, he's running for. Ellie Teixeira, Ward 5. Steve Pina, thank you for coming on the show today. He's running for Ward 1 School Committee. He will be at Vote 48. Tony Rodriguez has confirmed he will be at Vote 48. Sandra Centeo, she's running for School Committee, Ward 5. And then don't forget, there's Ladies' Night Basketball Fall Session, Skills, Drills, and Scrimmage. And that's about it. I want to thank everybody for tuning into the show, hanging out with me. All y'all who's in the chat, laughing along with me. As you guys can see, let me shut the topics down right here real quick. As you guys can see, the shit is hit the fan here. I've got plenty of ammo. But I'm not venturing outside. If y'all think I'm venturing outside, I'm not. I've got my wagon wheels here to eat. I don't know if you guys remember what a wagon wheel is. Remember back in the day, Schoolhouse Rock? There's a wagon wheel, remember? Take two crackers, and you put your cheese between the cracker, and you got yourself a wagon wheel. Remember that video? I'm gonna have to pull that video up one day and just play it before this show goes. Wagon wheel. Why don't we have stuff like that anymore on TV? Man. But there it is, people. The zombie apocalypse is in full swing. I am not going outside. I'm staying here. I'm eating my wagon wheels. And as you guys see in the back corner there behind me, I do have a nice little crock pot with some stew that I can make. From time to time, I stole some ramen. From the last time I went out. I found some ramen. Felicia just said hunk of cheese. Anger for a hunk of cheese. I'm gonna find that. I'm gonna find that video and I'm gonna play it next week. If I find that video, I'm playing it next week. Wagon wheel. They had a whole mess of them. What was the other one? There was another one. They had the Schoolhouse Rock ones with the laws and stuff and the bill, only a bill. But there was them ones like them other ones, the quick ones, the little quick ones, like the wagon wheel and all that stuff. Anchor for cheese. Remember the Figure 8 song? Figure 8. It would be great if you could skate a figure 8. Oh, man. Hey, thank you, everybody, for coming on the show. Frank says, I feel bad for a moment, but alive. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into the show. Frank said, that's the problem with horror. Who's want to try to save the captured? Man, thank you for everybody for being on the show. Good stuff. Hey, I'm gonna try to survive the rest of this zombie apocalypse, and hopefully I can be back here. See you guys next week. But until then, I don't know what's going to happen. But SpongeBob, do me a favor and take us home.
Well, see you next Tuesday.
Thank you for listening to The Booth on Hoobazoo and HatcherRadio.com. Please follow the Facebook page and subscribe to the podcast at Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. The Booth is a Sinister One production hosted by Sinister One.
I've got to start hanging out with friends that are a little more intelligent and understand politics and stuff. It's just that I'm up on this level up here, and all my friends are down here. Me, nah. You guys, nah. Maybe a little more down in here. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
I smoke, I drink, I do my thing. These bitches hating, so you know I got to make it plain. Don't do cocaine with your chick, my main. We stick together, true forever, yeah, you know we bang. I miss those days, which was easy. If only I made it, bitch, don't repeat. Now that I done upgraded, I've been upstate, but y'all think I'm playing. And I got a hit now for these weak assholes who think I ain't slaying. Try me, and I'll probably end up laughing, cause I never back down. I'm that chick with a clean ass whip, I don't need that shit, it's like I'm my own now. I get hurt, I get tired of fussing, fighting, guess I gotta crack down. Don't mess with me, cause on everything, I'ma have to bring the whole city out.
WHOOBAZOO, that's Hoobazoo.com. Enter website, enter website, enter website, enter website.